Welcome.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us once more here at Weird Games.
Yeah, today is the
Introduction
Oh,
of
Ben the Barbarian
and Gus.
Gus.
And Goose. Oops, I did it again. All right. Okay, come over here, friends. What we're going to look at, what we did yesterday. Gus is sitting all the way over there. Don't let Gus fall off the table. All right,
Oh yeah,
he's
with
going to jump off. Ah.
with the
Okay.
Riddling and
Oh yeah, we're gonna do introduction. Pop Weird here, even.
Riddling.
Yeah, sure. We're pros now, right? It's only
Yeah,
episode 53,
I
right?
think.
No, not really. 36, I think I wrote there before. All right,
We forgot already.
sure. That's my job to forget. You're meant to be the one that remembers, right? You got the young brain cells. I got the old brain cells. Together, we should have some brain cells. Maybe not. All right, what are we looking at? Oh, we did so many days last time, right?
Like 25.
No, it was only like 8. All right, we did the long hallway. Is that showing up there? Yeah, sure. Long hallway. Obviously not for scale because Ben does not fit. But once you get to this point, and depending on whether you see through the illusions or not, you're going to be assaulted by murder comets. 2 of them as they come screaming down. All right. All right, maybe they eventually do cross patterns. They get the adventurers in some kind of thing, like a.
We should give them Minotaur charge.
No. They got enough stuff anyway already. They got the stuff that can hit and run you. You know what I mean, right? So anyway, they got a long hallway and it's very thin, and there's 2 of them, and they will harass you until you get to the end. All right, we did the mage's actual office and laboratory. Yeah, sure. So over here, I've given them a desk and they got work tables and benches and stuff. But they've also got a whole row of consoles over here. And the consoles are like what's keeping this sort of domain all together. It's part science, it's part magic, it's part love. No.
Love Magic PS5?
What? Oh my God. All right, we're not playing games here. We're not those kind of games. We are playing games, but we're not playing video games. Except when we put this into a video game and then we play it there as a video. But this is not that game. There's no video games here. All right. But they got a console to be able to control all of their different dimensions, the different water dimension pocket, the access to that, the different access off into the astral plane, the astral sea with the spell jamming dock, and all this sort of stuff is held together, and this kind of monitors it all and such like that, right? This also has like a library, and the library is a set of compactus. Do you know what a compactus is? No? Okay.
No.
Compactus is series of books, and they sit on rails. So instead of the books all sitting together, they sort of can slide along. So you can go, oh, I want the books inside this one here, right? These are the shelves. Or I'll have a look. Oh, no. Now I have to like slide the compactus along. So now I can look at these shelves, right?
Is it like a book TARDIS?
It's kind of like a book TARDIS. It's a TARDIS for librarians, okay? They go into the compactus and never come out again. Anyway, so they've got a library there. So we're going to have to put in some stuff like scrolls and that. And I'm not sure whether we should do that now or in a fix-up episode, or whether we should sort of leave that as a play DM note. Because, like...
Yeah, DM note.
Well, the idea of some of this stuff is outfitting them seems to be all right in the earlier sections. But at this point, the classes are really opening up in what abilities they can have, right? So for DM who is playing, it's probably going to be more in their interest to add these things as they go to fill out any of the missing gaps, is what I'm saying. All right,
Yeah.
There's only so much we can do now, and then later on there is some stuff that when you're actually playing it that you should add in or amend. All right. So mage room.
That's a DM.
Sure.
That's a DM problem.
You step through the door at the back, right? And this one's a one-way door, unlike the other one, right? It is just a starry entryway. There's no doorway or having to open it or anything. It is just a constantly burning portal off into the starry realm, which takes you through to a giant gateway.
Oh yeah.
Like a star, not Stargate. We can't say that. Star. what's another word for a gate?
Portal.
I'm being real inventive with the names here today, guys. All right, sure. There's Star Portal.
I was wondering if you could just put a bunch of like a school of space guppies swimming in the stars.
Oh, so you want space guppies?
Yeah.
Okay. Plus space guppy. They have them in the book, right? They got those little fishy things, right?
Yeah,
They look really cute and
I
stuff
just
like
want
that.
them for the aesthetics.
Sure, swimming in the sky. All right, that's pretty. Okay.
And then if you look out into the sky when you like spawn in, you just see the space guppies in the air.
Well, don't focus on them for too long because there's these moon devils thing here, all right?
Yeah.
Evil air elementals, okay? So don't look too long. Now,
otherwise, it just ambush.
Ambush, sure, you get distracted. As you look up into the starry night and find yourself getting lost there.
What's this? Iced tea?
Oh, yeah, this is peach iced tea here, folks, sorry. A little bit of the hydration. Yeah, you look up into the nice night starry sky, and as you sort of get lost off there, searching and in the endless sort of stars, yeah, from behind you, all of a sudden, big noise of wind and evilness and darkness.
Wind sound, and then tornado devil.
Tornado, yeah. All right.
They use their tornado attack.
It's very cold, right? So you get that whole wind, that cold wind rush suddenly right up the back of your spine, which gives you the tingles.
And cold sweats.
Yeah, sure. And then followed immediately by cold sweats.
Yep.
All right. So this is where we did the copper dragons egg, right? They got a little
deathlock.
Yeah, they got a little dais that they've got here, deathlock in there. You know what a deathlock was, right?
Yeah.
Over that, all right?
Yeah.
This is a warlock this was a warlock that
warlock.
Yeah, they were the moon dragon was their actual patron, and they did them wrong. So the moon dragon used its somewhat magic ability to call in its powers that it was gifting this warlock and turn it into an undead creature. That's how deathlock's made, or something like that. I think that certain necromancers and other dark magicians can make deathlocks or sort of like move themselves into like a autonomous deathlock that's not controlled by a patron through magical means in a similar way to lichdom, but it certainly isn't as cool, and they don't get a phylactery. So.
Oh, they don't get a phylactery.
No phylactery for you. All right. Here's our other room on the other side of the crater, right? This is the device with the fire giant standing inside of it.
And that's
very boring. And that's it, yeah. It's just a great big console, kind of like a pillar that rises out of the ground, probably 10 to 12 foot. Sure, it's very powerful for what it has to do, reaching through the dimensions of space. But it pretty much has, happy, sad, let go, don't let go, and also probably go sleep, not sleep. I'm not sure. It's like a toga.
Torture mode.
Sure. Then there's a pain mode.
Where he just turns it all the way.
Well, we don't want to do that. Well, not unless he's naughty. That's why the white dragon's always the good one. Well, not good for me or you, but good for the moon dragon. All right. Okay.
Now, big tunnel with Salad.
All right. Sure. The lad that's actually a slab. All right.
He looks like a young little lad, but is really a very big, scary salad.
Yeah, I did write a rhyme. I'm a poet, and I know it. All right. Yes. Were you going somewhere with that? Did you have a thought?
You used to do poetry, didn't you?
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
And I got sad, and then the poetry got sad, and then we stopped doing the poetry anymore. Anyway, moving on with the happiness here, in the joy, in the moment, all right? Setting that all aside. What we have here is the tunnel coming out of off the side of the crater, and it comes down a series of like platforms as it digs down into the earth and rounds its way back down. And here we have a rather large room, and we have Grace Slard in there.
What if somebody just decided to roll down all of that?
Sure, they can have fun. They got another side here, except this one has a big chamber in there, so if they want to set up and have rest. And in here we have the Sorrow Swans, yes. So these are meant to be working for the Raven Queen, but are not doing that. They should be off in the Shadowfell, but for some reason they have been contracted here. That's the way the cookie crumbles, and that's what the dice gave us.
And it
so...
can spawn the little.
Oh yeah, it can get more
chicken
wretched.
nugget
It can get
thing.
more little wretcheds to come out and help it. Yeah, they're only quarter difficulties,
The chicken
but it
nugget
likes to have at least
things.
2 around at any given time.
The
Alright.
chicken nuggets. Mouse.
They're ugly. The melting chicken nuggets with mouths that will kill you if they get a chance, and interact with your sorrow, misery, and despair, which is technically not what chicken nuggets give you. But we will move past it. Someone's very distracted today.
We
Are you
forgot
hungry?
to make a room.
Mind a drink.
Oh yeah.
We do in fact need a room.
Water.
So I think what I was going for here and why we didn't have a room is when I was drawing the chambers here for the bosses, little sub bosses, the guardians. Put a little room on either side of them here, representing the artifact that they're guarding, and also the entrance into the dragon's repository and den in there, right? So the idea I thought was that they were just smaller square chambers at the end of these rooms here. Nothing more than, say,
5 foot by 5
well,
foot.
this is a 20-foot portal here, so they're pretty much 20 foot by 20 foot, so that the dragon itself, which is 10 to 15 foot wide, wings pulled in, mind you, can move down and pass and through these rooms, right, and get used to them. So the smallest that these rooms could be is 20 by 20, but I think I'd make them up to about 30 by 30. So I think we're gonna have 30 foot by 30 foot rooms in here. All right, so we'll do that later. And the idea then is that in the center here of this room is going to be a pedestal, right? So this is where the pedestal will be, with a little box on it that is going to be the chest that you put the ledger into and get your items out of. All right.
If you get any items.
If you do, you got to check in. You ask, you write down. This is a little bit of metagaming knowledge about what characters actually know. You can kind of say to the character, like to all your players, and all right, go wild with it. I know that you know that there's different cloaks and rods and books and tomes and other junk out there that you want to get a hold of, Vorpal swords or whatever else, right? So you can knock your socks off, and with a relative sort of sense of rarity, you're not going to do yourself too bad. You're not going to get them like 5% on a Vorpal sword, right? Like I don't think that's overpowered.
And
right?
like 50,000 gold.
Yeah, sure. Plus, you've got to put in the gold and pay for it on the other side of that. I mean, like at this point, they have collected a lot of gold through some of these hoards.
Yeah.
With a lot of items, so that they are building up quite a lot of capital, right? That they can use to barter with this ledger, right? Going backwards and forwards.
Should we also make this box transmuter? Like transmutes just makes like 5,000 silver, 1 gold stuff.
Oh, you mean like a currency converter, like a coin exchange?
Yeah, coin exchange.
No, because the idea is that if they travel around with large amounts, they have to fill up their bags of holding, right? So now they might want to buy a second bag of holding because they're still traveling around with all this junk or money. Or they buy enough stuff with it, right? They do actually get, your Vorpal's in plus 50,000. And they're like, wow, oh, geez, well, we got 20,000 here, and we got 15 in that, and we'll put in this item that's worth 10,000.
And also put in this like 25 platinum as well.
Sure, well, that's the point. They can put all their currencies in and build it all out and pay however they would, right? But it's not going to be a box that you can just put coin into and get coin out of. I think that's a little bit too convenient, and it does make sense that they have to carry around some weight or have to deal with some manner of encumbrance, right? Otherwise, just make it too easy. Their life's already easy enough, Okay. This room, the second artifact room, this is what we're up to for the actual day. This is what we come here for, right? Okay.
Room 1 of today.
Yeah. 119 rooms we've gotten up to. Jeez.
Wow. That is.
This is
amazing.
almost. This is 1/3 waypoint. 360 days. How many days in a year? Can you remember?
165.
Sure, that's exactly not the right answer. All right, okay.
Isn't it 165?
365 in a year.
Oh. I was off by
Only 200.
2 numbers.
All right. Okay, let's do it. So the artifact here today, I'm going to give you not a choice, and you're not going to know what's on the other things here. Look, I got different ones here. All right. Okay, you're
How
not going
many
to know what these
options are
are.
there?
They're far too evil for you.
How many options are there, Sif?
There are 6 options because that's just the easiest, most convenient way for me
Oh,
to.
number 5.
Oh, okay. All right. So number 5 is.
Actually, I'm gonna.
What? What? You want to read? You don't even know what it is.
The Oracle.
Oh, you mean the little dice?
The Oracles. Yep.
The did I? Yeah, if you want to, but be very quick about it. All right, go on. Find the little D6. Don't lose all the rest of them in there. All right, roll that one.
5.
It was meant to be a 5. What was 5? 1, 2. It's not going to be the angel killer. All right.
That was an angel killer.
Yeah, it's not going to be the hell hard arrows. It's not going to be the mastering. Oh, that's a pity. Oh, okay. All right. It's going to be the collar of venom. All right.
That doesn't sound as cool as the Hell Ring.
As the hell hard arrows or the mastering.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the quiver of lies either. I'm going to use that one in a game for sure. Someone's going to get that one. That sounds like so much fun. The quiver of lies is an empty quiver, but every time you say a lie, you get an arrow, a magical arrow, right?
What does it do? 500 piercing damage?
No. It's just a magic. The quiver never runs out. You just have to lie to get an arrow. You can walk into somewhere with an empty quiver, and as long as you tell a lie immediately before you want to draw the arrow, an arrow is there. It's quiver of lies. Right? So it could just be as simple as, oh, your hair is really horrible today. And the other person goes, oh, you have insulted my hair. And it's like a complete lie because they have beautiful hair.
No.
And they're like, oh, my feelings, whatever. Anyway.
No,
right?
no. You tell them, your hair's you are so dumb, right?
Oh, we're going to get stuck on the hair issue. That was just a throwaway here.
You tell them, you're so dumb. But then a quiver just doesn't appear.
Oh, you're saying like, okay, so you give them a lie as an insult about their appearance or their manner, but it's actually a truth that you speak and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Well, then everybody learns something at that point, don't they? Maybe it's more insulting. What do you mean I'm dumb? I'm not really dumb, am I, guys? Like come on. Right? Anyway, you look at their stat sheet and they've got like an 8 in intelligence after all. You have to rewrite the entire sheet.
Okay.
Okay.
What does this poison choker thing do?
Collar. Okay, so we got a room, which is again a 30 foot by 30 foot cubed room with the 2 20-foot doors on either end of it, right? In the center is a pedestal, exactly the same. Okay, and so what do we say it was? The collar of venom. Okay, collar.
Let me guess. It
venom.
poisons them.
While you wear it, all of your natural attacks are now poisonous. So they count as giving the poison.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
Yeah. So they still have to make a DC check, right? A Constitution check to make sure that they can get through the venom. But it also adds a D10 of necrotic damage to all of your natural attacks. But it's cursed.
Aww.
It makes you want to not take it off. It makes you more evil. It speaks to you in cursed sounds of like, oh, your friend's pretty low in health there, and you've always wanted that sword for yourself, and be real sad to like, not saying anything, but it'd be very convenient to get a new sword, right? Okay, so collar of venom. Okay, so we're looking at a cursed item. Okay, can't take it off yourself. Gonna try and make you evil. Okay, all your natural attacks, they are now poison. Okay, versus
the Seal Barbarian.
Sure, the Seal Barbarian now has poisoned attacks as well. This does require attunement, mind you, right? So you can only attune to so many items.
No, just give him. Just let him roll until he gets a Vorpal sword. Give him the Vorpal sword. Make him a seal. Put the collar on, and then just start killing everything.
I see. Uh-huh. Why do you want the barbarian to be an evil, poisonous seal machine?
Or I could make him a snake, or it could be a snake.
Sure. Or a
Or,
wolf. Wasn't
or
there
a
a wolf?
wolf. That was a wolf as well.
Well, I mean, it's either that or you give it to the monk, which also gets a hell of a lot of attacks. So if they're getting 4 or 5 attacks in a round at higher levels, then everyone's getting a D10 of damage, so that adds up regardless of whether you care about the poison damage. Give it to your
Give it to
shape-shifting
the dog.
druid, give it to your shape-shifting barbarian, give it to anyone who has a natural attack, right? Put it on one of your zombies and just have them go rah nom 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 on people, right?
Give it to the gunk.
Sure. It's all your natural attacks. Shooting with a gun doesn't give you a natural attack. A gun by definition, a highly manufactured item, right?
What if the monk
Not
made
being
it?
natural.
What if the
That
monk
doesn't matter. It's not natural.
with
Okay. Oh my
natural
god.
things?
We're getting stuck up in. Yeah. Not as cool as the angel killer, right? I don't know how many angels we were intending to give them later on, but I thought it was a cool item. The Charnel Reaper, which once you kill people with this war axe, they can't be revived or resurrected ever again. Their soul is just eaten by the axe. Pretty cool.
Nom nom nom.
Yeah. The arrow, the Hellheart arrow pierces evil. It pierces evil in a road to wherever it ends. So if it's got 240 range, then anything that's evil in the way of it, it will just pierce through constantly until it ends at that range, right?
They could use that really well in the next month.
Yeah, that's why this is yes, because these are all things. These are all evil items tied to the next month, which is going to be evil and dark and have spooky things. So yeah, what else do we have? Oh, and the Quiver of Lives we already talked about. The Master Ring. So it has a number of slave rings, but whoever has a master ring, they can push sending through to one of the slave rings, so that you can tell your slaves what to do a number of times per day. But if they don't listen, or they're not listening, or you want to,
is it like the ring from Lord of the Rings?
Not quite. It doesn't have as much power as as what that's designed to do, and you don't go invisible. But the other part of it is, no, what you're meant to do is it's a punishment ring. So if they're not doing what they do, you make them take damage. 3d6 around every single round whenever you want to the slave through their slave ring.
So say you manage to knock the enemy out, and then the monk, who has 16 actions, puts just the rings on all 5 of the fingers.
Well, no, you only have to put one ring on one finger. But yeah, if you knock somebody out and you capture them or they're not dead, and you put a slave ring on them, then you can control them and you can damage them. This is essentially an evil item. All of these are essentially evil items, or are for killing an evil item, which is the Hellheart arrow. The rest of them are all explicitly evil cursed items.
No, but what if you put all 5 on one person, and then you just activated all 5 at the same time?
I don't know how I'd rule that. That's very interesting. And why do you want to kill somebody with 15d6 worth of damage all in once? Like, what did that slave do to you? Like, seriously, if you're at Hogwarts, you'd be the worst criminal already, because they treat their house elves pretty bad, but they don't put 5 rings of torture on them, so they can just nuke them in one go. I don't know about you, boy. I'm having
I just have really good ideas.
Good ideas are sounding more like really evil ideas. This idea of good and evil needs an idea. All right, okay. Move on. Focus. Moondragon, Lair. What are we thinking? Roll a dice. We'll actually give this one a lair shape. All right.
So it's just gonna be a really big room, right?
It will be a big room. It's got 2 entries on either side, so it kind of needs to make sense. Okay. What's an 8?
No, I want it to be a hexagon.
Oval. No, oval makes sense. No, it's an oval. Dice have spoken. All right.
Dice has spoken.
Sure, and we need to have equal entrance on one side and equal entrance on the other side. So a giant, great big oval makes sense. All right. Even though that looks like the worst oval I've ever drawn. It blew out on one end. Started really good on the top. All right. Okay. So.
Just to the top, it's like 500 feet, right?
To the top. Well, how far did it get down? It depends how far you got down with each of those, the corridors and
Bumpy
rooms,
buggies.
and then underneath. So the roof is at least going to have to be probably 50 to maybe close to 70, 80 feet tall, right? So you got at least a 50-foot roofing, 50 to 80 feet roof. This is enough for it to sort of get flight and take up into the air, if it wants to. Okay.
Oh, I wanted it to be the sky, like be able to see the stars.
No, this is under the ground. This is dug into the crater. It's a
The crater.
sorry,
Into the crater.
under the crater.
Oh, under the crater.
So the idea is, if we go back to it, that these doors go down. So that's the two of them there. And even though this is not necessarily a representation of going so much laterally sort of southern, right, going south, it's more as much a representation of going down. So it's really hard in this
Sense.
well, in this 2D drawing to be able to do credit to the amount of distance that you would come down and turn as well as descend by distance. Each of these different variations here could be 10, 15 feet deep. So that the steps themselves could be very, very steep, not being soft and long. You know, you got very steep and shallow stairs there, right? So you could quite easily have all of this dug down, essentially 100, 200 feet underneath, right? But that's a problem for a different program. That's when you're trying to run it and you want to actually get a scale. The idea is that you come down into this room, and the room is
modification.
the room is a giant oval. Got 50 to 80 foot roof ceiling. I'd probably decide on that when I actually
Run the game.
around the game in whichever sort of setting.
Or built the Tailspire model.
Yeah. That's what I mean. See, in the Tailspire model, it'd be pretty easy. I'd probably to tell where the base is, where the top of the oval room is, how much distance of Earth or moon you have before you actually get to the crater bottom, so you can see it underneath. And we just don't have that perspective, that 3D perspective in this format here, right? Come on.
But anyways.
Move on, we've got a dragon.
How big is the room gonna be, though?
Well, I'm thinking that at least 80 feet wide here, right? We got at least 80 feet wide. Well, 80 to 100, sure. 80 foot to 100 foot wide across. So that makes it at least going to be 300 or 400 feet long. All right. So very, very big room.
Because you have all of his treasure in there.
Underneath that thing. Well, how big is this, right? So, like I'm saying, it's hard to imagine that this crater here is actually as big as what's sitting underneath it when you get down. So you would have to actually build this thing out and model it to actually have a more accurate scaling that I just can't sort of do
in 2D.
Yeah, just not now to be able to visualize it. I understand that it comes down and you wind down underneath the passageways, and we've got a lot of room. This is a very, very, very big cavern. But the actual size of this, when you actually played through with it, you'd have to vary it to actually fit in logically with the other spaces.
Yeah.
Let's get past
But anyway.
So at least 300 feet, all right, at least. Okay. Which is only about 100 meters. So it's not very big. 300 feet's about 100 meters, right? Okay, so I think it's 3.3 feet to a meter or something like that. Okay, so 300 to 330 feet is only 100 meters, which isn't very long. Okay. Now the idea is that there is going to be like a
giant hoard.
Yes, there will be a gold hoard. We're going to get, but first there is like a segment of the dwelling here, the cave, that is raised like a platform. And this platform is like where it sort of sleeps and lays and makes its bed, all right? And it is made out of different materials and fabrics, right? So this bedding platform is covered in all sorts of opulent materials, okay, as well as pillows, okay, silk, satins, etc., and pillows and all sorts of lovely
Stuff.
sort of cushions, whatever, right? It's all very comfortable and lush and lavish and all that sort of stuff. Okay, and that's where the dragon sleeps. And spread out amongst everything else throughout the entire room is its hoard. Okay, so we need a hoard for at least we
How many
need.
hordes do we usually have?
What creatures do we need that needs one? The Sorrow Spawn won't need a horde, and the Slard don't need a horde. Nor would either maybe the Deathlock's belongings. So there would be one. All right, something that the Deathlock would have carried. Let me see.
Do two for a dragon.
Perhaps the Fire Giant.
Do two for the dragon. Just count two more for the dragon.
Death and the Fire. And 1, 2 for the other dragons. Well, you need three hordes of dragon hordes. All right.
And then like 2 for the actual moon dragon.
No. Each dragon has its own horde. It's just that this horde is compiled of all of them. All right.
Okay.
Now.
And then the wizard would probably have a horde.
Yeah, the mage, the wizard, yeah, he would have one, so one for the mage. And I think that reasonably should be it, because there is nothing here. Maybe the Eye Drake would have had a horde. The Eye Drake was a beholder in its own right, and having been defeated by the dragon, would have lost its horde in that encounter, and having been subjugated. So one for a beholder's horde. All right. Okay. So this is where we're gonna have to jump over onto the PC. We're going to have
Do you need to roll them?
Well, no, I'll jump over there. But what we're going to probably do is I'm going to do a separate page of this magical items and such over here. All right. So what I'll do is as I call them out, we will just add items onto it. All right. So you can do like one, but then it will be items and gold. So we'll probably do the monies, and then probably the items, and then any kind of like gems or jewels or incidental items, and then we'll do it for the next one, and then I'll tidy this up later on. We'll try to keep it to one page, but there's going to be like a hell of a lot of items, and this will be fodder. This will be good bartering tools for the lockbox. All right, so that even if they don't want to take them, and upgrades as well, because some of these are going to be +2s now. All right, we're into the grade of having +2 magical items. So this is upgraded weapons. This is going to be upgraded magic, and any scrolls are probably going to be level 5, 6 spell scrolls and stuff now. All right, so this is where we're going to increase some of that, even if it's not a big jump in gold income. It should be somewhat of an increase in the actual items. So you can sit here.
Which they can sell for gold.
Drink. Yeah. Okay, I have to switch over to here.
This
we
one.
got the Donjon Vision open.
Donjon Vision. I'm over here now.
All right. So what I'm doing is running CR. I'm going to run a couple of CR8s first. Okay, so that we can do the horde for the original ones. What have we got on that piece of paper? Can you?
This one's the.
Pass me that one there first.
So you know which hordes to roll.
Just so I can tick them off as I go.
Oh.
I'm probably going to make the 2 of the dragons 8, and I'm going to make a dragon 9. I'm going to make the fire giants a 9, the deathlocks a 9, the magic users an 8, and the beholder that will be an 8. All right. So what do we got? CR8.
Okay.
What I'll probably do is, do we want to just add actually a section here as I move back over? And what we can do is, just a running ledger of what we should do is gold, silver, copper,
and then
platinum. Were they doing any Electrum. There, Electrum here. Platinum, gold, silver, copper.
I don't.
Alright.
Let's just.
Alright, so each one of these, what we'll do is just get you to write down the numbers into each of these first, and then we'll add them up and do all that sort of stuff later, just to try and keep it moving, alright? You had a line there, and you still managed to not be straight. Huh? How did that work? Huh? You got rubber. Go on, fix it up. Tidy it up. Alright. Tell me when you're ready. Are you ready?
Hang on.
You gotta be quick about it.
Okay. Ready. Give me the golds and stuff first.
Well, actually, look, this is one way to do it. To be honest, what we might do is get the golds out of this, and we might break into the DMG guide for a lot of the items, all right? So what we'll do is we'll just generate a lot of the gold out of this first and some of the incidentals, and then what we can pick out, okay? And then we'll pick out a lot of the actual other items out of the other book, okay?
Out of the DMG.
Yeah.
Follows.
No, the DMG. All right, but just wait. Okay, so we got which way we got it? Platinum first, 110. And then 1,600 gold, 5,000 silver, and 700 copper. All right.
Done.
So this is the thing. It gives us a whole lot of little items and stuff like wooden shield, tankards, brooches, rings. These aren't really anything that
Party with you.
yeah. But what we will have is oil of slipperiness.
Where do I write that in the M column?
Yeah, and the magical items. All right, this can be in there. Just sort of right in there somewhere. You'll get your own system and try and make it as neat as possible, and we'll work backwards from there later on as I tidy it up. All right. So oil of slipperiness. 150 foot of hemp rope. All right, I'm going to go on. I'm going to generate another one.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just small things and stuff like that. All right. See, another one that doesn't give us anything that's magical out of it. It just gives us small items. But we'll use this for their treasure, for the amount of their gold, right? At least we can use it for that. Okay, so what have we got here? Starting at the platinum, 60 platinum. 2,800 gold. 4,000 silver.
Yep.
400 copper.
Okay.
Next. Go again. Anything. See, even this is still throwing us some +1 weapons. All right, we want to step it up to a +2, at least in a couple of situations. But what we might do is just have a simple +2 longbow. Put a +2 longbow in there. No other bonuses, no other special stats on it. It's just a straight up +2 longbow.
Perfect for the ranger elf, if anybody plays that.
We got a cloak of elven kind. Chuck that one on there.
Don't we already have one of those?
That's a hard to check question, considering we have to go through the book. This way, they have a second one of those. All right.
How do you spell cloak again?
CLOAK, cloak. Cloak of elven kind. Oh, sure. Put in wine. There's 3 barrels of wine. Put that in there. That's good to put in for a bit of flavor. Literally wine flavor. Okay. Are we up to that? 3 barrels of wine. All right. Very good. And tell me, back to the gold, all right? You ready to put in more monies?
Yep.
All right, so we got 110 platinum.
Yep.
2,000 gold. 2,000 silver.
Yep.
900 copper. Alright. Let's see. Now we're going to step it up to a CR9, see what it gives us. We're going to do 3 of these ones, okay? Let me see. 1, 2, 3. 4 of these ones will do. What does it give us? Anything else? A potion of stone giant strength. Alright. Add that in there. It's good flavor. Let's see, what do you got? Yep. You're putting a comma in between each of these items, is it? Is that how you're working it out? Alright, sure, okay. Stone giant strength, yeah. After that one, strength, strength. strength, strength. And then a potion of invulnerability, another potion of invulnerability. Alright. Did we put down the amount of gold yet for this? I don't think we have, right?
No.
No, okay, let's add some golds and stuff. Okay. 100 platinum.
Yeah.
3,000 gold.
Yep.
6,000 silver.
Yeah.
500 copper. Alright, we're gonna move on to the next one.
Yep.
A barrel of smoked meat. Alright, that sounds good. Some very nice smoked meat. I'm not quite sure what moon dragons consider their favorite eaten meat to be out of all of the entire astral universes. I'm not sure
Let's
what they
make
would
it
eat.
beef jerky.
Beef jerky is not like if you were like hanging for a feed and then you found this dragon's hoard and you had this barrel and it smelled like meat and then you're like expecting some like beautiful like mutton or something marinated or whatever, I don't know. And you end up with beef jerky.
That's just the moon dragon's favorite.
All right, sure. Give me a barrel of beef jerky. Someone's gonna love it, right? Someone's gonna be like, "That's my barrel. I'll eat the beef jerky. You don't eat it. That's mine." All right. Let me see. Do we get the? We haven't done the money for this one yet, have we?
Yep. No, we have not.
All right. Tell me when you're ready.
It's just the dragon's favorite.
All right. It does say smoked meat. Beef jerky is essentially smoked, a version of smoked and/or dried meat. All right, depends. Usually
Money.
just. Oh yeah, okay, money. 80 platinum.
Yep.
2,000 gold.
Yep.
9,000 silver.
Yep.
500 copper. All right.
That's I played a different D&D game, and they people were selling like elemental gems that give you the power of the elements for 500 platinum. You're with this much platinum, you're almost able to become an airbender.
All right. We have give him 2 potions of healing. Right. Give him greater healing. 2 potions of greater healing, something like that. I think's a bit better than just normal healing potions at this point. Give him 2 potions of greater healing. Give him a potion of climbing after that. Tell me when you got that one done. It does list here some spell scrolls, and I think we will have to do that, include some scrolls and stuff into this loot later on. We'll probably do the same thing where we include a number of like D4 wizard scrolls, D4
Yeah, for the
scrolls, or
for
something
the
like
DM
that,
to
right?
do.
Yeah. So that we don't have to get bogged down in going into the book for all the spell books today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
Let's do
DS.
the gold next, the monies.
Okay.
90 platinum.
Yep.
1,500 gold.
1,500 gold.
3,000 silver.
Yeah.
300 copper.
Done.
Alright. Okay. Let's move on. Get another one. Is this the last one? How many have you got? How many written down there? Sequences.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Last one. Last one.
And then we get some more. And then we get some magical items.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 magical
Okay.
items per
So
day.
this has, it says 3 pelts of Drake scale. All right. So what this is going to be 3 different sets of boxes with different dragon scales in them, from the copper and the white dragon that have been harvested. Right? Drake scales come from dragon. Who's dragon? Well, they're not going to take them off their own scale. So this is going to be additional scales that's going to be associated with those other dragons from beforehand. All right. Okay. So three barrel. What is it? 3 pelts of Drake scale. Yeah. Okay. So each one of those they can add to their existing
What's the third dragon scales?
this one that they're having now, which is going to be necrotic damage on all of theirs. So what we're going to do back on this page when we do the magic for the dragon, the actual items that are harvested, where is that? Here, let's have a look. So this will be, I'm going to have to go back and put the harvested materials on there from the other dragons and just correlate them across to equal necrotic damage, and it will have the same amount of like fangs, talons, large scale pieces, small scale pieces, etc., that they can harvest off them. All right. So the harvested material, same as before, but this time they're necrotic. Um, and if you get enough, you can make certain things straight out of one piece. But with the scales, you'll see back here they need something like 20 scales. 20 scales plus 20,000 gold and 90 days worth of forging time to make scale mail vest that's out of fire. Now, what if they don't have 20 fire? What 20 of the 20 of this scale plus 20 of the other scale. Well, this is where I was thinking that they could, I as a DM, if they got 20 of the different kinds, that they could make a chromatic scale, or right, something that would be able to be resistant to multiple types, and you just sort of like attune to it each day. Right, so you pick it out. Today I'm having the ice attunement. Today I'm having the fire attunement.
Today I'm
having the necrotic attunement. Yeah. Okay, right. So that's why you do that. Okay, go back. Where are we? Oh, way back here again. Okay, so that's that. All right. Next one.
Okay, now we're.
So do we need the gold already? Did we do the gold? We haven't. Yet. Okay.
No, we
So
have.
we're gonna another 120 platinum.
Yeah.
2,400 gold. 8,000 silver. That's a big one, actually. Reading that.
Yeah.
800 copper.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see. Give them a magic carpet.
Can they Aladdin with it?
Once per day for 10 minutes, magic carpet. Say the magic word, carpet flies, 10 minutes flying. Right? Yeah, so write that down like that. Magic carpet equals 10 minutes of flying with the magic word. Okay. After that, we have, not sure what this does, but it says it here. Sounds good. A potion. All right, are we up to that yet? I got 10-minute flying. Okay. Add a potion here. Next potion. Right.
Yeah.
Of longevity. Potion of longevity. LONGEVITY. ITY longevity. All right, must extend your life somehow. Let me see.
It just makes you less susceptible to death, you know?
All right, that's plenty out of that. Okay, so this is where it says swapping back over to here. We're gonna get the DMGs out. All right. Okay, let's find that.
How many magic items do you think we should do per hole?
Proper actual magic items.
Yeah. 2?
Let's have a look what we roll up here first.
Yes, I get to roll D100s.
Yeah, let's have a look. Now we're gonna be going. Alright, it's about not only thing that this is good for, but one of the greatest things that DMG's used for is magic table, so we may as well get some use out of it, right? Now, we have to decide which of these magic tables we're going to be rolling on. Okay, so we already know that we're going to have, the scrolls, okay, we are going to have 4D4 random scrolls. That's what I would allow. Random scrolls from the Bard School, from the Wizard School, from Sorcerer School, from Warlock School, I'm thinking, right? Okay.
Yes, I even got the matching dice.
Okay. So, what actual... These off, we don't need these anymore. Okay. See, all our stuff everywhere. Anyway. What table are we going to roll off of here today?
One of each.
Not quite.
I want to roll on the one with the deck of many things.
You want to roll on a deck of many things one, so, yeah. Well, that's at least an I. Let me see. Is it on any of the other ones? How about I'll let you do that once? I'm going to try that one. Let's try an I. All right, I'll give you one of the I's. What do we got?
20 on the dot.
20% exactly. All right. Sword of Answering. All right. I'm not sure what that is. We can have a look afterwards. All right. So we have something.
Is the Vorpal sword on there?
Let me have a look. Is a Vorpal sword on that one? Yes, it is. Sword of Answering. Okay. So that will tick off. We've had one. That's our big one. All right. We're going to have, what do we have 6 before? 7, right? 7. So we've got
this
one.
One's the Moon Dragons.
All right. This is the Moon Dragon one itself. Okay. Oh, actually, and also the Moon Dragon, so that we can make this a little bit more difficult and interesting, is obviously a caster of some variety. Okay.
So we give them 3 big items and 4 not as big items.
All right. Okay. Sure. So we'll do 3 on that. But the dragon, we want to make an actual caster. So it's a young silver dragon. It has the lair actions of the
Moon Dragon.
It is, yeah. It is a young moon dragon that has the stats. Okay, so we need to do this. The Moon Dragon has the stats of the silver dragon in the book. All right, the young silver dragon. So it makes it a little bit easier. Okay, stats of the silver. Okay, and the other thing we're going to do is allow it to. There's not really anything by domain we want here, but it is definitely going to have legendary. Yeah, it's going to have legendary resists. It's going to have lair actions, and it will also have legendary actions as well. Okay, so we should probably think about that. I have to have a look at what I'm going to do for their lair actions.
But now we're rolling on more tables.
Well, most of it's actually going to be in the book. Because we just take the legendary actions off of the larger one that has it listed, and our lair actions are already written in the book. So we don't have to worry about that. We're not making anything special up for that in this case, all right? Okay. Yes, more magical items, It's all you guys ever care about. Yeah, give me another one on I.
33.
33 is a Rod of Lordly Might. I'm not sure what that does either, all right? Could be breaking the game here. Who knows?
We'll check on them after to see if they're
breaking.
Walls.
Yeah, we don't like those ones that allow us to fly too often or go through walls. Rod of Lordly Might. All right.
Ready?
Just another one, sure.
71.
71 is going to be a +2 splint mail armor. That's pretty good. All right, +2 splint mail armor.
Now, not so powerful items.
Yeah, we'll go on the I. H. That was I. So we'll go on to the H. Lots of good stuff in there still by the look of it. What are we gonna do? How many was that? 4 on this one, is it? 1, 2, 3 on there, and 4 on the. Okay, so give us a few more rolls. We'll see what we get.
29.
29. Gonna give us another rod.
Another rod?
Another rod. The rod of alertness.
Ooh.
I take it you can't be caught out. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a look at all these. Give me again. All right, we'll go through them.
Somebody wearing the helm of like knowing, shouting, and then having that rod of awareness. They could just know everything.
They will know everything and be able to tell everybody all the time.
67.
This is some kind of demon armor.
Yes.
Okay, sounds great. We'll have a look at what that does. Lovely.
79.
79. This is an ion stone.
Ion stone.
Look at what those are as well. But it's a particular one. This is for fortitude.
And the last one, number 51.
51. Wand of Polymorph. This is kind of game breaking. Anyone who fails it can just get turned into anything and put into a sack. Like, you can just put them into the bag of holding, and assuming they don't know how to get out or can't get out, they just stay there and suffocate. Sure.
Little.
Well, I mean, that's one thing. But there's so many different things with polymorph that you can do. All right.
Now.
So we're gonna have a look at what these do. What was it? Sword of Answering. Let's have a look. Very quick.
Into the S.
Into the S's. All right. Just so you know, I know, and the people at home know, and we can veto them if we really need to. T, U, V, W.
X, Y, and S.
T, U, V, W. Sword of Answering. Longsword, yes. Legendary, yes. In the world of the Greyhawks, only 9 of these exist. Okay, so they stole it from the Greyhawk world. Each of the 9 source has own name and alignment. Okay, so this one is going to be. Where's a D10? Give us a D10. Reroll a 0. Yeah, but we're going to say which of the name of them is.
Oh,
so
10.
give us a D10. Exclude the 0.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Retorter, lawful good. Okay.
Well, I wanted an evil one.
We don't always get what we want. Retorter equals law good. Okay. What do they do? You gain a +3 bonus to attack. Oh my god!
I'll give you a lawful.
While you hold the sword, you can use your action to make 1 melee attack with it against any creature in your reach that deals damage to you. So if something deals damage to you,
just reaction.
You can reaction it and do damage back. You have advantage on the attack roll for that
with
attack.
A +3.
Yeah, and any damage dealt with this on the attack roll, any damage dealt with this special attack, so just on that attack, ignores any damage immunity. Oh, okay, so they hit you, you hit it back, they get smashed with it, ignores all their resistances, and the target, great. Doesn't break it at all except for being a +3 sword. Oh my god. Alright, what's the next one do? Rod of Lordly Might.
Rod of Lordly Might.
Okay.
QRS.
Rods. You went too far. Arrows. Rod of Lordly Light. We have the Alertness and the Lordly Might as well, right? What does the Alertness do? The Alertness, very rare. The rod has flanged head and the following properties. Alertness, while holding the rod, you have advantage on wisdom perception checks. Yep, so like you said before, it's really good. And on rolls for initiative. Oh man, that's great. While holding the rod, you can use an action to cast one of the following spells from it. Detect evil, good, detect magic, detect, yeah, okay, sure. Or see invisibility, okay, sure. I would change that to the fact that you can only do that once per day or something.
Once or twice per day.
No, the rod's head, let me see, protective, or as an action, you can plant the haft to the end of the rod on the ground, whereupon the rod's head sheds bright light, 60-foot radius, dim light for another 60. While in the bright light, you and any creature that is friendly to you gain +1 bonus AC and saving throw. This is a great thing to have. Yeah, I'd let them have those spells only once per day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let them be able to see invisible over and over and over and over again as much as they wanted to. That just sounds way
Just
too
let them do it
crazy.
once, and then
Yeah.
the rod of lordly might.
Rod of Lordly Might, same thing. Flanched head, functions magic melee, mace +3 mace. Not everybody's going to want to use that, but that's not too
Give
bad.
it to the seal barbarian.
Sure. The rod has properties associated with 6 different buttons. Oh, they can press buttons on it. And it does all sorts of stuff.
Boop.
So on the first button, the rod becomes a flame tongue. Oh my god. The second one becomes transforming it into a battle axe, a +3 battle axe instead of a mace. Oh my god. You press it again. Transforming it into a +3 magical spear. On button 4, you can turn into a 50-foot climbing pole. Button 5 turns into a battering ram with a +10 bonus to strength checks.
What I'm thinking.
Yes.
Monkey King.
Oh, sure. Plus extras. It also does. I don't know. This is insane. I don't know if everybody would get to have this crazy. Plus, because you give this one to whoever it is, the fighter. You probably give this to the fighter.
To the monk.
Because it doesn't count as a monk's weapon, so they wouldn't get all their bonuses out of it. If you press button 6, it'll tell you which is magnetic north, so you can't get lost with it. Drain life, so when you hit it, it can do 4d6 necrotic damage. Paralyzed or tear it while holding the rod, and you can see action. This property can only be used again until next day.
Let's make it so once you press a button, you can't change it until the next day.
Wow. Well, I don't know. No, I mean, like, some of that stuff isn't so breaking. I mean, it's a +3 weapon. It's just you get to choose which shape it comes in to do different benefits, which can be pretty cool in its own right. It's just all the extra stuff that it does. Okay, what other game-breaking items did we put in here? +2 splint armor. I don't really care about that. That's fine.
Demon armor.
Yeah, what's it? Demon armor do?
That's in the A, B, C, D.
D's, literally in the D's. All right. Demon armor. I'm glad we didn't get the heck of many things. I don't know why you want to go and break my game now. We're not even halfway through. It's only like level 9. All right, and you want to give them game breaking stuff already. So they get a +1 bonus to AC, so that's not too bad. In addition, the armor's clawed gauntlets turn unarmed strikes with your hands into magic weapons that deal slashing damage with a +1 bonus. So you give this guy this demon armor with that collar, and to the monk, and they have now have +1 magical slashing weapon attacks that do poison damage. But once it's cursed, so once you get this curse, you can't get it off without a remove curse spell. And while wearing that cursed armor, you have disadvantage on attack rolls against the demons. Okay, and on saving throws against spells and their abilities. That makes sense. It's an armor that's associated with them. All right, fair enough.
Not very good for next month.
Ion Stone. Yeah, not very good. Yeah, you'd put that on, wouldn't you? And instantly go out there and
Oh no, I am not very good.
All right, I've gone past the eyes already. Okay.
It's I.
Ion Stone. Okay, let's have a look. Named after a god, the god of knowledge and prophecy. All right, there's many of these stones. Well, that's what it's named after, but he's given them out with different properties. All right, because there's many different things. It's just not knowledge that he's giving out. When you use an action to toss one of these stones into the air, and the stone orbits your head, and it gives you a benefit. Thereafter, another creature must use its action to try and get it off you. Okay? All right? So it turns itself into a little floating thing around your head. Now, what do these do? The one we got was Fortitude. Your constitution score increases to 2 to a maximum of 20 while this orbits your head. Okay, so it gives someone
more constitution.
But it requires attunement. Sure. So that's good to cover someone if they've got a bad constitution score.
You can barbarian.
Or if you want to boost somebody, who's already good and just want to make sure that they
never die.
Well, that's not what constitution does. But it helps for bonus hit points at level, and also helps when you're trying to do strength-based checks and also saves. All right. Wand of Polymorph, the very last thing that we gave him. How's this gonna break out?
I think it's a wand of polymorph.
I think it is a wand, and when you point it at them, it might polymorph them. All right, let's have a look. Yeah, 7 charges.
Charges.
While holding it, you can use 1 to expend one of its charges with a polymorph spell, DC 15. Okay, and the one regains 1d6 plus one of its charges daily. Okay, so this is crazy because this is just the CC wand. Your wizard's just going to sit there every round, turning everything it doesn't want to fight into polymorph into chickens or mice or something.
Just polymorph it into a speck of dust.
And if you expend the one's last charge, roll a d20, and on a 1, it's destroyed. So, short of them being idiots with bad luck, they're never going to lose it. All right. Well, I'm glad we broke the game today. Okay, all right. I'm not sure who would play this and how they would use all of this stuff. But now they have a massive amount of access to gold, scrolls, items, some incidental, some not, a whole heap of fun stuff for the DM, whole heap of materials on them. The idea of the materials is I'm going to have to put in some armor smith at a forge somewhere, a blacksmith who can work with all of this. And I'm not sure where I'm going to do that, but we'll have to have one of those later on, or the one after. Maybe they have to carry all this stuff around for a while, right? Maybe they don't have access immediately. We've already given them a lot of stuff. Maybe they get to use that first. And some of this stuff that they're going to use is going to take like 90 days worth of time. So I'm not sure whether they're actually going to have 90 days worth of time through their play to actually get a full-scale male suit made. So we might have to play with time dilution again. Maybe something gets made off in another dimension and time passes faster there, so that when they get it back, like in 9 days, 9 days time, 90 days has already passed. You see? But we'll have to include that later and make it reasonable as to how that happens.
Well, that's today.
Jeez, it's been a very long episode with all of that, actually, after everything. Thank you for stopping by once more, joining us.
That's it for today.
Do the thing.
We'll see you next time.
Sure, no hassle.
Do the thing with the comments and stuff down below.
Sure, thanks for sticking with us. See you next time.